Have you ever been given a laser scan file and said, here, use this to do your design? Well, I'm going to show you how ReCap Pro can help you do that job a little bit easier. So we're going to start a series looking at laser scanning and how to use those within the different softwares. First one being AutoCAD ReCap Pro, using it inside of AutoCAD, and then also using it inside of Navisworks. So in this video here, I'm going to show you some basic commands inside of ReCap and kind of give you an idea of what it is. So ReCap is a software that allows you to look at a laser scan file in a particular format, an RCP file. And it allows you to look at the scan data and any photographs that were taken with the scan and make notations, make crops, and just kind of manipulate and work with your data, your laser scan data set. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you some basic commands. The first one that you're going to use most of the time is your measuring tool. And so what we're going to do is we're going to zoom in to this laser scan right here. And let's say we wanted to measure between this column here and this column here. We want to see what our distance between those two are. And so to do that, what you'll do is you'll go down to the bottom of your page or bottom of your screen, and you'll see a couple commands here, window, distance, limit box, and real view. And we're going to use distance here, okay? And there's a couple commands here. You got, of course, you're in their distance command. You got freehand, you got snapping to pipe snap. If you have enough scan data, it'll give you the center line of that pipe. And then just done whenever you're done. Inside of this one right here, you got freehand, you got ortho, and you got surface. Ortho locks it into a particular plane, your X, Y, or Z, and freehand will allows you to, see the dimensions no matter which way you're going. So we're going to do freehand, and we're going to click on this icon, or this column right here. And it might be a little hard to see, but we have there's a disc attached to where your crosshair is, and it kind of shows you which plane that you're in. So we're going to say from here, okay? And then if you're not in a good view, so you can't see that side of that column, you can always rotate it in the middle of the command. To do that, basically you hit your shift key and your middle mouse button, pick a point kind of where you want to rotate it from, and you're going to rotate around, okay? Because we hit shift to make that rotate, it made the change to our plane. So it went from a freehand to an ortho. Every time you hit shift, it's going to go to a different type of, lock until you finally get back to your freehand. Now you can just click down here, come back over to freehand, and get back into your freehand command. So now we're going to pick kind of this area right here on this column, and we're going to click right there. And you can see that our overall dimension from this point to this point is 3.147 meters. Now, if you're working in meters, that's great. But if you're working in Imperial units, that might be not so great. A little harder. You'll have to do some conversion with your jobber. So to change that, that's pretty easy. So if you come up to, once you've got this done, just hit done. Okay, so now you're out of the measure command. You can also hit escape. That would do the exact same thing. To change this from metric over to Imperial, if you will come up to the top left-hand corner of your screen, you'll see this house button. You don't have to click on it. All you have to do is hover over it it'll expand these commands right here. You come all the way down to the gear, that's your preferences. So we're going to click on that one. And then you will see under units, most of the time it is filled out already. For some reason, this is not right now. But if you click on the arrow, you can see you can go from all your different metrics to your imperials, from feet to inches, feet and inches, miles, or do feet and inches. You can set your precision on here, so 1/16 of an inch, and then when you're going to hit OK. Once that refreshes, you'll see that now our overall dimension from this point here to this point here, is 10 foot 3 7/8. Okay. Now, if you hover over this, the main dimension, you will see other dimensions pop up: your X, your Y, and your Z. So your X between your columns is 9 foot 11 5/8. That's your distance between your two. If you were measuring from the bottom of the pedestal to the top of the pedestal, you can get the same dimension with one set of dimensions instead of having to do it multiple times. You can see that it's 2 foot 5 5/8 from where we picked. Now, if this isn't exactly where you wanted it, if you come over here and let it refresh here, you can pick this point again and move it to where you want it. So let's say we wanted to go there. So now we've got 2 foot 9 5/16. Now you can tell that we are in the laser scan view. You can see all like the dots and the different shading and everything. Your scanner should have taken photographs when it was doing the scan. They might be in color, they might be in black or white, but every time it does a scan, it should be taking a photograph. To get into those, you can go down to Real View, okay? And no matter where you are in a scan, you can go ahead and click on that. And it will bring you into the closest scan that it thinks it is. Now, also on your screen, you will see that these spheres right here, these bubbles, it'll give you a snapshot of what what's in that photograph. If you just double click on that, it will zoom in to the bubble view. And then you can see the photograph that was taken during the scan. The cool thing is it also shows you where your dimensions are, where your tags are. And we'll get into tags later in a different video. But it'll keep those dimensions in there for you. And you can come in here and look around. Now, when we're in bubble view, you can see that it brought up this map. And it'll show you which way you're pointing, which way you're looking at. If I rotate this around, you'll see that blue cone, move around. Now, if I zoom in, you will see that that cone gets much smaller. So it's showing you exactly what you're viewing at that time. But you can see where the other scans were taken. So if you zoom over here, let's say we want to go right here. And now you're in a different part of the plant, but you can still see your dimensions over here. So that's a brief introduction into Autodesk ReCap Pro. In this series, we're going to be going into some other functionalities, how to make tags inside your scan, how to make sections, export those sections out, and even look at how to use a Navisworks file inside the model. So please stay tuned. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And if you have any questions or comments, please put those down below. I try to answer them as fast as I possibly can. And also sometimes I turn those questions into videos that will help you understand how to use your software better. So until next time.